Greetings and welcome. I'm Psychic Medium Roberto, and I truly hope you are doing well today. I'm guided by Spirit. I'm recording this episode on July the 10th, approximately 10 a.m., doing a double bill today. Trigger warning, the subject matter is of a mature nature and deals with true crime events. All cases are treated as alleged until proven in a court of law. And I was just going through some of my feeds and came across this case of Tara Capps, who has been missing since June the 30th, went missing. And she has now been discovered, I believe, on July the 7th, which was on Sunday. Now, let's see what was going on here. So I've just made another internal realization here. This 777, so if we start at the discovery. So we've got a 777. Now the family were given a tip off, and the 7 can speak about tips and that kind of thing. But the issue here is there's a conflict here, 2 7s, right? We see not necessarily there, yeah, the 8s are out of kilter. But interestingly, on the discovery, so day before and day after gives me the 72-hour zone that I need. And if we look in the reflection zone of actually when the crime took place, so here she goes missing, June 30th, right? And immediately the next day we have the 8s. Now this has come up in 3 readings on the same date profile, so I've had to scrub as it were. But what I'm doing is I'm just showing the day after she goes missing, we have a standoff 8s here. And the July where she's discovered, we have that, so we've got some similarity, reflection, that it's 2 people bumping heads. Right? Now, of course, in different circumstances and choices, people do stupid things, right? So in this case, Tara Capps, I believe, I keep getting the feeling she was trying to get away from this all. Okay? She was trying to get away from this all. Now, as I started getting the slides together, I heard an American angry male voice. Now, I worked in America remotely for 2 years, and believe me, after 2 years, 4 days a week, I was talking to many different Americans, and definitely got angry male American voice audible. So the day I believe this happened, June 26, leading up to the sequence where she goes missing, right? So let's have a look here. What was going on? Okay. So June 26, we already have this big argument, and there's a fallout here. And we have a presence, unfortunately, of a dominant male energy. And again, so we got this angry male here, so that confirms it for me, right? Because we have in numerology, we got a dominant male energy here. We have a 15-6, which tells me this male is an older male, and in his voice he sounds older. But I'm also picking up big arguments between them. And I believe she wanted to get away from this situation, separation. So we can already say the person that is responsible for this, because unfortunately they have found her deceased, unfortunately, on July the 7th, on Sunday. I believe she was trying to get away from the situation. And of course, when you have foul language like this, 3, 5, 8, and what I'm going to do to you and all this bullshit. So I would say, pinging, check June 29. Let's check the phone records. Any digital information we can pick up here. But I can tell you now, there was a blowout here. And this is even confirmed with the 888s. 35-8 in the, let's say, in the real human domestic partner reality. 35-8 brings out things you don't, or things you will regret later saying. Okay? And what is it about? It's about the 16-7, this separation. She wants to get away from a situation here. And she wasn't happy. Here's a 33, big outburst. So if we now go to the discovery, and I've brought up all the different days here, because we've got to be careful here about previous cases I've done. But I'm getting confirmation and reflections as well. So the discovery, we see the conflict here. So who's here? 15-6. The 15-6 here, older male. So this person is known to Tara. Now, I don't know, I haven't gone deep into what her life was about or what the situation was at the time. But there's an older male lurking around her, or was around her, and is responsible. And I will just say, so let's say for argument's sake, now if we're looking at premeditation issues, right? If someone is in an heated argument, let's say for argument's sake, this is just for sample's sake, right? Let's say if people were having an argument 28-10, and then he goes for her and strangles her, right? So technically we wouldn't say there's premeditation. He was triggered. It would be like manslaughter 2 or whatever. Don't quote me on the legal side. But what I'm demonstrating is there's this big argument the day before she goes missing, right? I will do this to you and that and this and that and this and that, right? So, but only the next day does something happen. So that is not someone that just gets angry and does something stupid, which tells me there's a level of planning that has gone into this. And we see it, so the energy flow is the reason why I brought that block of numbers is of course June ends, June 30. And we see the natural continuation, but underneath I've put the energy flow of numbers. And here pops up, premeditated number, murder. In the discovery sequence, we see premeditation, 22-4. That's a plan. In other words, this was planned. 14-5 brings around those older males, younger woman bullshit issues. So in other words, we got an older male behaving like an idiot, like a teenager. Can't contain his emotions. Can't accept rejection. And the 14-5 obviously also demonstrates foul play, which we know it is. She was discovered murdered. So investigations need to look into her circle of friends and acquaintances on the male side and see what was going on. But I do believe she was trying to get out of this situation, which angered this person. And I'm definitely hearing an older male shouting at her. So June 29, in fact, I would go June 26 to the 30th. What was happening, obviously, digitally? Who was she meeting? Who was this older guy that she was trying to get away from? And, you're dealing with adults behaving like bloody kids, that they can't handle rejection. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I have on this one. Let's keep the eyes and ears open, but at least the family have found her, and investigations need to go further. But he is lurking in the background. All right, please leave your comments and opinions. Let me know how you're feeling, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe. Bye for now.